Have you ever wondered how the big tournaments sell out year after year? Or how about those tournaments who are filling their field with 144 or 288 golfers? Or are you just thinking we would love to sell out our tournament? Well, you've come to the right place. Hello, everyone. My name is Phil Immordino, and welcome to the GTAA Champions Forum. We have been working with golf tournament planners around the world for over 30 years, and we see what works and we see what doesn't work. And so we have one simple mission here at the GTAA, and that is to help you produce the best golf tournament possible. So today's webinar, we are going to be discussing how to fill your field with golfers. We're going to cover everything that you may need to know to help fill your field with golfers, as many as possible. We're going to be discussing why do golfers participate and what are they looking for? We're also going to talk about how you recruit golfers and fill your field. Then we're going to talk about how to keep them coming back year after year. Then we're going to have a bonus. What if it rains? You fill your field and it rains. What do you do then? We've got a special guest and a bonus for you at the end. So we've got all types of people on this call. So if you're a golf course, I want you to be listening on how you can help your customers. If you're a tournament planner, be thinking about your event every year and how do you maybe do some things different than you've done in the past. And if you're a tournament consultant, then obviously how to help your customers produce the best golf tournament possible. So this call will be recorded. So if you have to leave early or you want to share this video or this webinar with maybe some of the people on your committee, you will have the link to be able to do that. And if you have any questions, please use the tool at the bottom, the Q&A tool, and we'd love to try to answer those questions for you. If not now, then afterwards, you can always email me anytime to discuss anything that you have questions about regarding your golf tournament. So let's get into this. Why do golfers participate? Obviously, that's a very important question because we're all here about the golfers. They're the most important thing. So these answers, these things that we found out just didn't come out of the thin air. We've done tons of surveys, tons of questionnaires, and we ask golfers, why do you participate in golf tournaments? So take some notes, and we're going to discuss what are the reasons golf tournaments play in all types of golf tournaments. You ever wondered, or did you know that the first question that every golfer asks when you tell them you're putting on a golf tournament is, where's it being played? Obviously, the golf course is a top priority. And don't get me wrong, people will play for other reasons. But I believe, and we've seen the top reason, one of the top reasons that golfers like to play is because it's a great golf course, not your run-of-the-mill average golf course. So I'm going to really encourage you to think about the golf course that you're playing at. They want to play in something unique, something different, something special, something they don't get to play with or on a regular basis. So it might be private, maybe a resort course, but bring a golf course to the table that they get excited about because that's the reason that they want to participate. Next is good food and beverage. This is an area that I think sometimes we take for granted. We think, okay, let's give them a hot dog and a drink ticket and they're going to be happy. And rarely do we ever promote the food. Well, as a golfer, I want good food. Maybe not a heavy meal at the beginning, but I want some great food at the end and some nice drinks. So don't hesitate to promote and choose some great food, not another burnt hot dog or a hamburger, but something special, a buffet. And feel free to get those drinks sponsored. Golfers love free drinks, not overdoing it, but they want some free drinks. So definitely include that and promote that because we're looking for that type of thing in any of your promotion. The tee package, the goodie bag. It's the first thing that golfers get. Again, an area that we sometimes takes for granted. We'll just throw in a bag that anything that we get donated. Maybe some tees, maybe a ball marker, a divot repair tool that's plastic. But let me tell you again, we take that tee package, that goodie bag, very serious. In fact, it's a great opportunity for you to create value for your event. If you just give them a bag with a couple of tees, no one sees the value there. But if you give them a nice goodie bag, maybe there's a shirt, a towel, golf balls, a hat, things that we like, things that we use. Yes, we have 50 shirts in our closet, but us golfers want more. We want the newer, nicer ones. So make sure that you get put together a great goodie bag that they're going to get first thing, because not only does it create value, but it shows a good first impression. That's the first thing that they're going to get when they get to your tournament. So give them a powerful value created goodie bag when they first get there. The next thing that we golfers love to do is win. And I know scrambles sometimes aren't focused on winners, but I don't care who you are, but us golfers want to win something. I don't care if it's first place, last place, second to last place, we want to win something. So emphasize winners, because let me remind you, winners come back. If I'm a winner, I'm going to remember you and your event, and I want to come back next year and be a winner again. So figure out ways to make as many winners as possible. The next thing is prizes. We love prizes. Sometimes we get this, $25, $50 gift certificate for the pro shop, and that's okay. But that doesn't get me excited like a real prize. Maybe it's a driver, maybe it's a golf bag, a box of golf balls. We get excited about those because we take something home with us. The more things we can take home, the more we're reminded of your event. Plus, prizes are a great way to brand your event. If you're putting your logo, your sponsor's logo on this merchandise and gifts and prizes, we're going to remember you longer and next year. So give out as many prizes as possible. And don't just go after things that are donated. Sure, those are nice, but usually they're on the cheaper side. Get items sponsored. Go out and get some sponsors, have them underwrite those items that you want to give out to your players. Another reason that we participate is bringing our clients. We want to entertain our clients. We want to bring our foursome of buddies or clients or customers out to a first class event. So don't forget that part. You may want to promote this as an event where you can impress other people. We want to impress our friends. So if you put together a first class event at a first class property with first class food and goodie bags, that's impressive. So we can impress our friends and our clients and our customers. The other thing that we're looking for is additional contacts. Most of us are working. Even if we're semi-retired, we're always looking for contacts and relationships. So you may want to promote your event as a networking event. Meet other people, meet people in your industry, meet customers. We all could use more customers and more relationships. So, promote it as a networking event. The other thing that we like is a unique event, something different, not the same old shotgun scramble that we always plan. Oh, sure, those are fine, but we want something special. So don't be afraid to think outside the box and create something. Maybe it's a pro-am or a celebrity am or something, a themed event, but try something different, because we talk about that. We get excited. We're going to remember that more often. So create something unique. The other reason we want to play in a golf tournament is a sense of urgency. Now, what does that mean? That means you have got a popular event. There's a waiting list. There's a reason people want to play in it, because all the things that you're doing are great, the great course, the great food. There gets a buzz in your industry, and it becomes the event to play in. So try to create that sense of urgency. Try to have a waiting list. Try to, increase those prices a little bit so people go, this thing is special. They've got celebrities, they got some pros. This thing is something you want to participate. We want to participate in an event that everyone's participating in. The other thing that we want is recognition. We love to be recognized, whether, we meet people or see people in our industry, whether we're seen up front at the award ceremony or we're seen as a winner. We want to be recognized because, again, that's good for business. And the more exposure we get, the better business is. So somehow try to recognize as many golfers as possible, because they will appreciate, and again, they'll remember you and coming back. But here's the big one, gang, and I need you to put a circle around this one, and that is value. value. Now, what does value mean? Value means getting more than you pay for. And here's the past history of most charity events. Events are overpriced. You charge way more than it's really worth, and you say it in the name of the charity. Well, people want to give to the charity. Let me remind you, if people want to give to your charity, they don't have to play in your golf outing. They can just write you a check. But to play in your golf outing, you must give them something special, something really great, and give them value, give them more. Don't oversell and underdeliver, undersell and overdeliver. You do that by giving them more that we've just talked about. A great golf course, great food, great goodie bag. When they get there, you want them to say, wow, this is worth every penny, not I overpaid for this thing. Again, remember, they may give you more money at the award ceremony. Well, we'll talk about that in a future webinar. They may give you more money just because you put on a great event. They may give you more money because they believe in your cause. But don't overprice your golf event, because people can see through that and they want value. Give them more than they pay for. Um, so those are the main reasons that people participate and what golfers want for golf tournaments. Now the question is, how do we get them? How do we get them to participate in your event? And again, this is a process. This is a proven process. So you want to write these things down and follow these steps. Do not take golfers for granted. You know, we're coming off a tough year, and people can't play in every golf tournament that's out there. And I know we're all coming back, and in a big way. So remember, you've got to create something special that gets them excited. But here are the steps to get them involved in your golf tournament. Number one, as we've mentioned, have a great event. Very, very important. First class all the way. Let them see that this is quality. Number two, have a great cause. Now, I know some of us think we have a great cause, and but we don't promote it properly. See, golfers want to know where's their money going. And if you say we're doing a fundraiser just to keep the rent paid or just to keep the lights on, we can't identify with that. We can't get excited about that. That doesn't touch any heartstrings. Okay. So we want to really push some buttons. And so we've got to show them, what is this money for? Where is it going? Is it helping kids? Is it curing cancer? What is the money being used for? If we can communicate that message, you're going to get more people on board. You're going to get more people excited. So have a good cause, but make it clear in your communication. Develop, as we mentioned earlier, a good golfer's package. Now, what does that mean? That means everything. So if I'm going to pay you $250 to play in your golf tournament, what am I getting? You want to promote that. Number one, you're getting a great first class golf course. Number two, you're getting a killer goodie bag. You need to promote what's in that goodie bag. Many tournaments don't even talk about what's in the goodie bag. We say a goodie bag. Well, what's in it? I want to know. I want to know why I'm paying you $250 for a bunch of tees and a divot repair tool. So promote that there's a shirt, of balls and gloves and towels and cool VIP tickets to the theater and coupons for pizza, whatever you're going to put in there. Promote that, because we want to know what's in that goodie bag. You're going to get an awards ceremony. You may get a discount for future golf, but the complete package. What am I paying and what am I getting? We want to know, and that's got to be everything that you're offering these golfers. Number four, a up-to-date website. Now, you may have a website for your organization, but clearly put together a page or two for your golf tournament, or get a separate website just for the golf tournament. It needs to be able to have a registration process. It needs to be able to collect payments with different options. So definitely you must have a website. In today's world, everything's online, everything's through the internet. So you've got to be able to show a great presence. A website's great because you can really talk about your organization. You can talk about the golf tournament and who's participating. You can give more exposure to your sponsors. They love that. So have an updated website for your golf tournament with all the registration and payment processes available. Have a quality brochure and or email flyer. Now, these days, we're not printing as many brochures, but if you're going to print a brochure, make sure it's quality, nice 4-color. Make sure that people are getting excited about the quality of your tournament through that brochure. And a nice flyer. I think you can put a flyer in a PDF or a JPEG format and blast email that to your complete database, which is very, very important. And that is the next step, is a full database of potential golfers. If you've got 50 people in your database, you're way behind. You need 500 to 1,000 potential golfers, because if you're lucky, you're going to get 10%. So make sure that all year round, you're building up that database of potential golfers. Potential golfers may be your members, it might be your donors, it might be your friends, your neighbors, co-workers, vendors, suppliers, but make sure you have a complete database of as many potential golfers as possible, because you're going to want to blast email them. You're going to want to introduce and have save the date. You're going to want to show them how to register. You're going to want to tell them about your sponsors. You're going to want to tell them, about your cause and where the money's going, but you're going to want to email them probably once a week when you're 2 months out, and let them know what's going on, so it gives them that opportunity to register. The next thing you need to do is send out a press release, a complete press release, something that tells everything about the event, and again, what the money's being used for and who's participating and who the sponsors are. Get that to every media outlet in your community, every radio station, every TV station, every newspaper, every magazine. You never know who's going to pick that up. And if you're lucky, you're going to get an article, you're going to get a free press about your facility. That's worth thousands of dollars to your organization. Then you want to start your advertising and marketing and social media campaign, whether that's direct mail, whether that's radio spots, whether that's, again, blast emails. But social media is key these days. You all know we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. You want to have a full campaign promoting your event, who's participating, any celebrities that you may have, but you're definitely going to want, all your promotion and marketing started a couple months in advance of your event. Here's a very, 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 very important key, and the key difference, gang, and that is your committee calling golfers. Okay, you can't just live on blast emails alone. You can't just live on your social media alone and hope and pray that people sign up. You must have committee members, volunteers, board members calling golfers personally, inviting them personally. That's going to be the key to your success in filling your field of golfers. Here's something that a lot of tournaments don't take advantage of, but it's huge. In fact, you don't have to go through all the work of recruiting golfers if you have enough sponsors. I like to build in a foursome with every sponsor package. Boom, you're done. You get yourself 36 sponsors and you're sold out. So ideally, there's a foursome built into every sponsorship package, and your sponsors bring the golfers, and you're sold out year after year. Remember to call last year's golfers. Definitely touch base with them, see what they're up to, remind them what's going on, tell them the event's bigger and better, and you want them to participate. But these are the key 12 steps in recruiting golfers. If you give them what they want and you follow these steps, gang, they're going to show up. It's that simple. Quality event and reaching out to them, step by step. So now the question is, how do you fill your field? Guaranteed. I promoted this in the email, and I'm going to show you a surefire way to guarantee a sellout for your golf tournament every year if you follow these steps. See, the average tournament, people don't realize this, only has 72 golfers, which tells me that all the tournaments out there are only half sold out. Now, why is that? Because they're not following the key steps. So if you want to sell out your golf tournament year after year, here are the key steps. Now, remember, a sellout is 140 golfers. That's 36 teams of 4. So if you have 9 people on your committee, 9 people on your volunteer committee making phone calls, all they have to do is find 4 people to bring in a foursome. Boom, gang, you're sold out. Do you realize that? 9 people, finding 4 people to bring in a foursome. We call it the 9-4-4 rule. You will be sold out year after year if you follow these steps. Now, don't forget, you still got to have a great golf course. You still got to have good food and a good goodie bag and all things, and a good cause, all things we've talked about. But if you follow these rules, 9-4-4, 9 people finding 4 people who find a foursome. Boom. I hate to make it sound that simple, but that's how simple it is. Because let me just tell you this, underline this statement. The number one reason that us golfers play in a golf tournament is because our buddy asks them. Pure and simple. We got to have a great course, because I get asked all the time, and I say, where's it being played? What's for dinner? What's in the goodie bag? Where's the money going? Those are the questions that I ask. But if my buddy asks me, guess what? I'm playing. Why? Because I'm going to ask him to play in my event later on down the year. So that's why golfers play, because your buddy asks them. But we're going to play because you put on a first quality event. So then the final question is, how do we keep them coming back year after year? You know, it's funny to me, every event that I see starts over every year. They start with 0 golfers. It makes no sense to me. Why am I starting over? Oh yeah, you may have a list of last year. You may have that database, but why do we start over with 0 golfers? So if you want these golfers coming back year after year, here's the key steps. Number 1, as I keep saying, put on a great event, a first-class event, a quality event that they get excited about. 2, make everybody a winner somehow, some way, make everyone feel like a winner. Number 3, great gifts and prizes. If you give out good gifts and prizes, they're going to come back and they're going to participate. But here's the big one. Are you ready? Write this down. Sign them up now for next year. Why do we wait 8, 10 months and then recontact them? They forgot about us. They forgot about our tournament. Sign them up now, this year, at this year's event. Remember, you're now fresh on their minds. They're thinking about you right now. They're thinking about your event. Oh, wow. You ask them, hey, did you have fun? Oh, yeah, this is a great event. Great, everything. But get them signed up now. You're saying, well, people aren't going to pay now. No, they may not pay the full amount, but here's what they might do. If you give them something special, maybe do a drawing. Anybody who signs up now for next year is going to be signed up for a drawing for a golf bag, or a set of golf clubs, or a trip to Hawaii, or maybe give a $10 deposit today and we give you a sleeve of golf balls right now. Boom, it's paid for. But here's the magic. They're signed up now for next year. You got it? Can you imagine? Now you got 60% of your field already signed up for next year. All they had to do was put a little $10 deposit. Oh, sure, some may cancel or have to fall out because of scheduling. But here's the deal. You got 60% of your field sold out now because you signed them up now, this year, for next year. That's the key, is get them coming back by signing them up now. And then finally, communicate. Communicate. Don't wait 8 months to touch base with them. I would really encourage you to have a monthly newsletter just about your golf tournament. It goes out to your full database. It sends out a picture of who the winners were. It sends out an update of how much money you raised. It sends out, an update of where the money's going and how it's being spent. Communicate. Maybe as you get a new sponsor every month, you promote that sponsor. But here's the thing, out of sight, out of mind. If the golfers forget about you, you have to remind them all over again. Communicate with your golfers throughout the year. Every month, have a monthly newsletter dedicated to your golf tournament and maybe some other outings that you're doing, and update golfers. Stay in front of these people. So those are the key steps, gang. I promise you, you can fill out your field every year if you follow these steps. But then I have a question for you. What if it rains? Oh my goodness. What if the weather's bad? What are we going to do there? Well, I got a bonus for you. I brought in a good friend who is an expert on the weather. and how to get covered for it. So I'm going to bring in Eric from Vortex Assurance, and he's going to share with you, what do we do if it rains? So Eric, we're glad you could join us. Tell us a little bit about Vortex and how you can not only save us some heartache, but make us some money.
Well, thank you, Phil. It's great to be with you as always. I want to make sure that my screen is shared. Bree, am I sharing here? We shared here?
There you go.
Okay, can you see that okay?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, great. So just as, well, first of all, thank you. What a great presentation. And off the back of that, I just wanted to introduce myself and share with everyone basically who we are. We are a weather insurance provider for events. And what does that mean? So basically that means that if your event has rain, okay, what are you going to do to make sure that you have revenue stabilization? Okay, think about during this quick presentation, what happens if it rains? And what happens if people are going to come last second and the forecast is no good? Or if the rain hurts the event throughout the middle of the event? People don't stay for the auction afterwards. You're going to raise 20,000 for the event. You're going to raise another 20,000 for the event at the auction. People leave. What we provide is insurance, and we can show you how it works and over time how it's smart to have it in place, either for the full amount or partial amount which you can afford. Okay, so just don't think about the tournament. Think about the charity afterwards as well. So basically, we provide, tournaments, seasonal coverage, fundraisers, pro-ams, corporate outings, golf vacations, and more. We are a subsidiary of a company called Guaranteed Weather. We've been in the risk management business for over 20 years. We've been in this space in the fair and festival and concert space, racetracks, haunted houses, and zoos. So we've been around. Conceptually, it's the same product. Keep thinking about your events. How do I protect the revenue if it rains? Okay. So a little bit about me. I've been in the business. I played golf professionally. I've been in the weather business for over 20 years. I know how golfers think. I played in so many golf events, and I can't even tell you how many events that have been rained on through, have hindered the event or have made people turn around and not even come and spend the money, which is basically what you want for charity events. Just as a heads up, we know this. There's a lot of events around the country. There's 850,000 and growing. Events raise usually around 5,000 after expenses. Some events obviously are more 250,000 and higher. The charity event business is over 4 billion and rising. And the tour, if you think about it as professional events at your courses, the tour raised over 200 million in 2019, totaling over 3 billion, and that's growing still. Our insurance versus property and casualty. Okay. If you look at this stat, you think about car insurance and home insurance. Well, if you look at this map, okay, it rains a lot more than home insurance, car insurance probability. Okay. So having it in place over time is going to pay for itself. And after this presentation, I'm going to be reaching out to everyone and hopefully pricing up your events just to show you conceptually how it works and to have it in place year after year. Where does it apply? Where does weather insurance apply, and how does it affect the revenue? It affects the tournaments, the pro-ams, your member guest events, your corporate outings, okay, that come to your courses, and your fundraisers. Again, not just the golf events, but the evening afterwards when everybody's having drinks and buying, framed pictures of Tiger Woods and trips to Jackson Hole, etc. If people turn around and they leave because of the rain, you can be insured for that amount. Okay. So if you think about, the other merchandise revenue for the tournaments, food and bev, how it affects, your pro shop, etc. So how does it work? Rain insurance is parametric. What does parametric mean? It means based on a predetermined index. This isn't indemnity insurance. So you're going to pick a threshold, whether it's a quarter of an inch, a third of an inch, a half an inch. And if it's a shotgun, say 12 to 5 or 12 to 6, and it hits that threshold, you're paid in less than 2 weeks. Okay. Does the event need to be canceled to be paid? No. You can hit the threshold, get your check for the 50,000 and still have your event. If your super or your pro says car pass only, it's the best of both worlds. Think about that. Again, having it in place either for the full amount or partial amount. The process is very quick if it does hit the threshold. The payment is in less than 2 weeks. We take the data from a grid that comes right down on top of your golf course address. It's from the government. The NOAA takes the data. There's no bias in the readings every single time that you look at this. That's free and online. So if you buy a policy, you think it, you might have hit it, or if it rained, we together go online and we look at the data together and say, hey, Eric, it rained 0.51 of an inch and you owe us for the charity. Yep, here's your check for $50,000. So, we always say it's not the top line cost of buying the rain insurance that matters. It's the bottom line cost of not having it in place. Okay, so think about that. What types of coverage? Shotgun coverage, obviously we know what that is. Extended hours, if it's a double shotgun, or if you need 7 hours, you want it for the breakfast, people coming up, hitting balls, or if it's a lunch, charity event, and then dinner afterwards, you can have, extended hours. And then there's ladder coverage. What does that mean? Ladder coverage is, say, if it rains 0.2 of an inch, you'll get 10,000. If it rains 0.33 of an inch, you'll get 25,000. You can have laddered approach. The premium would be higher, but you would be getting something back. So we offer that as well. And I hope to walk you through those scenarios. We can price any kind of inch threshold. Okay. We can price low 0.2. Obviously that's more expensive. Or if it's a longer day, to double shotgun, you might want to buy an inch of rain because your course can take that amount. And if it's a low drizzle throughout the day, I could show you how all of the costs and the inch thresholds coincide. And I hope to do that for everybody. So the hourly data, obviously it's produced by the government. I'll walk you through that when we have personal phone calls, and I can show you all of that. Here's an example of a grid. So this is at TPC, which is around the corner of my house in Ponte Vedra. If you look at this grid, here's an example from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, and over here to the right is where it rained 0.5 and 0.75 in the different days. Historical data is what I can provide and show you the last 10 years of where it rained out. I'm happy to do that. I want to do that for you to show you. What are the kind of the historical probabilities that are priced in for rain insurance? The geographic location, the season, rainy season, dry season. In Seattle, in Arizona. Is it in Florida, like where I live, in the middle of the summer where it rains every day? It could rain 0.5 of an inch in 15 minutes, and then you could play your event. Think about that. So there's a chance for you to make your money back, okay? And then also have your event. People like hearing that. So here's a grid down at PGA National, and I'm almost finished. In February, from 10 to 3 o'clock, this is what it would cost to insure $10,000 for 0.2 of an inch, $420. If it rained 0.33 of an inch, obviously it's less expensive. And then a half an inch would be $262. In the event it hits that 0.5 of an inch for $262 in that time period, you would get a check for $10,000. So conceptually, think about that on a multiple, okay, for your event. You can buy hours before, okay? This is an important piece. You can buy 3, 4, 5 hours of insurance protection before the first ball's in the air. People might want to do that in case it's raining and then it's beautiful for your golf course, for your golf tournament. Then you're insured for the whole day. It's a little bit more expensive. It's good to have it in place. The last piece is, Eric, how do I pay for it? You can run raffles, okay, at your charity event, or you can come to, say, Eric Anderson Chevrolet. Hey, Eric, do you mind spending $500? We'll put your name on a tee box, but this is how much the rain insurance would cost. Okay, so then you can promote, hey, Eric Anderson Chevrolet has bought the rain insurance. So if it rains, this charity is still backed to guarantee the amount of money. And so people really like that idea, and everybody would, sometimes they'll pay for a foursome, and they also want to pay for a whole sponsor to pay for the insurance. So I hope I got all that in a fairly quick amount of time, but I'm going to get everyone's information. I'm going to reach out to you via email, and I'm going to explain to you some more ideas on how we can protect your event revenues to make sure your charity and your golf event is a success. Thanks, Phil.
Hey, thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Let's see if we can switch screens here. You need to push stop share.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, good. All right, that was helpful. I never thought I'd say I don't have to worry about rain ever again. So I appreciate that, Eric. Hey, I'm going to wrap up here quick, gang. But first, I wanted just to remind you, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but we have some extended programs. Obviously, these webinars and newsletters are all at no charge, free to tournament planners around the world. But we have an additional educational program if you want to take your career or your knowledge to the next level. We have 3 different programs, one for everybody out there who's involved with golf tournaments. One is called a certified golf tournament planner. That's for someone who works at a charity, works for a nonprofit, who wants that credibility, wants that certificate that says, hey, I produce first-class golf tournaments. It may help you get a raise, it may help you get a promotion, but most importantly, it's going to help you produce the best golf tournament possible and make the most money possible. We have another one for tournament consultants. If you're thinking about getting in the business, doing this for a living, earning money for helping other people, you may want to consider becoming a certified golf tournament consultant. And then finally, we have the certified golf course. So if you're a golf course and you want to be able to show your customers that you put on first class golf tournaments, plus you help your customers. See, most golf courses don't help our customers, as most of you know, and if you get certified, then you're going to take that extra step to be helping your customers. So, hey, we did have one question, gang, so let me answer that. Someone asked, what is a great goodie bag? And I will tell you that I've seen some phenomenal goodie bags and I've seen some terrible ones. I don't even like the word goodie because it's way better than goodie. The big events call it a tea package or a player's package. But here's the bottom line. It's got to show value. It's got to show that it's worth something. I can tell you what the most popular items are, and that is a shirt, a hat, balls, glove, and a towel. But I've been to ones where I got a pin set or a mobile phone holder or a little clock for my desk, cool stuff. But the bottom line is it's got to show some value. So do a survey, find out what golfers like in your group, and you will get the best thing for them. But love those questions. Please keep them going. Hey, let me wrap up by saying this, gang. You can sell out your tournament year after year, and you can keep those golfers coming back. All you have to do is do the things that we've shared, and that is produce a first-class golf tournament. Make sure that the golf course is great, the food is great, the gift bag is great. Make sure you have a good cause and you're communicating that. Make sure that you give out good prizes and they get excited about that. Try to make everybody a winner. But if you're doing this stuff, I guarantee you that you will sell out your tournament year after year, and you won't have to work so hard to get them back the following year. So we here at the GTA here, we're here to serve you. We want to hear from you. How can we help serve you? How can we help answer your questions? And what are some webinars that you want to be thinking about? Now, in 2 weeks, write it down, 2 weeks from today, we're going to be doing a webinar on all the games and not all of them, there's 400 games and contests best used for your event. How do you make money with games and contests? We can show you how you're going to increase your bottom line 25% with games and contests. So tune in a couple of weeks. You'll get the invitation. We appreciate you, what you're doing in your community. And this is Phil Mordino with the GTAA signing off. See you next time.